All righty, welcome everybody to Friday.
Good for you.
We've got a couple different books. One's like facts, one's a story. We'll see which one we pick. For now, hello, son. With the silly names. Got a lot of silly names today. That's very fun for me. Yeah. All right, here we go. La, 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 la. Hello. Yeah. So glad to see you. Hello, everybody. We're so glad to see you. Hello, to Rainbow Unicorn with a rainbow. So glad to see you. Hello, to Skeleton. We're so glad to see you. Hello, to Elliot Shark. So glad to see you. Hello, to Rainbow. This is Bella. So glad to see you. Hello, to Rita. So glad to see you. Hello, to Silly Goose. So glad to see you. Hello, to Train. So glad to see you. Hello, to Butterfly with Sparkle. Rainbow with Sparkle. So glad to see you. Hello, to Nothing. So glad to see you. Hello, to Shy. We're so glad to see you. Hello, to hell yeah. So glad to see you. Hello, to Abby. We're so glad to see you. Hello. So glad to see you. I can't go that high. That high C. All right, let's get to the stories. What should I do first? I think I'm gonna do this one first. Little Blue, Little Yellow. It's pretty short, but it's a cool story. All right, here we go. Little Blue and Little Yellow is written by Leo Leone. That's the same guy I think that did Frederick, that mouse book. Ugh. Always my picture looks kind of fuzzy, or I don't know. I always think that this is dirty, but maybe that's not what it is. All right, let's try that. Does it look any better? A little bit. All right, here we go. This is Little Blue. There it is, right there. Blue dot. He is at home with Papa and Mama Blue. So I think that's Little Blue, Papa and Mama. I don't know which one's Papa and Mama. Little Blue has many friends, and they're all different colors. Orange, pink. What is that? I don't know. I guess that's yellow, greenish, purplish, brownish. But his best friend is Little Yellow. Little Yellow lives across the street with his mom and dad, or her mom and dad. I'm not sure if they're boys or girls. How they love to play at hide and seek. And there they are playing, I guess, with different people. Colors, I guess. Hiding, and Yellow's hiding over here. I don't know what this black part's supposed to be, if that's supposed to be like trees or what. They also like to play Ring Around the Rosie, pocket full of posies. In school, they sit still in neat rows. So this looks like, I don't know what kind of school, maybe kindergarten, but they're sitting in rows there. After school, they run and jump around. One day, Mama Blue went shopping. You stay at home, she said to Little Blue. But little blue went out to look for little yellow. He didn't stay home like his mama said. Ooh, that's not good. Alas, that means darn it, or I'm sad. The house across the street was empty. Little yellow's not there, and not his mom or his dad, or their mom or their dad. He looked here, up here high. And he looked down here in the dark. I don't know where that's supposed to be. And everywhere. And everywhere until suddenly around a corner, ... there was little yellow. He found him, or they found each other finally. Happily, they hugged each other. Oh, huggy, huggy. That's kind of cool. When blue and yellow hug, what color does it make? Green. And they hugged each other some more. They got even closer. More green, a little bit less yellow, less blue. Then they hugged each other so much until they just turned green. They were just one thing now. They're green. Uh-oh, they're mixed together. They went to play in the park, and they sort of blend in with the bushes. They went through a tunnel. Tunnel. They chased little orange around. And they climbed a mountain. When they were tired, they went home. So they got tired, they kind of flapped there, and they went home, or started going home. But Papa and Mama Blue said, "You're not our little Blue. You are green. You're not even our child. What are you doing in this house?" Right? They don't know it's the blue and yellow mixed together. And Papa and Mama Yellow said, "You're not our little yellow. You are green." So both parents say, "Hey, you're not our kid because you're the wrong color," right? They don't know. Little blue and little yellow were very sad. This made them sad. They couldn't even go home. So that's pretty sad, right? If you can't go home. They cried big blue and yellow tears. So even though they mixed together, they mixed together and they're green, when they cry out some blue and they cry out yellow. So it's like there's still blue and yellow inside of there. They cried and cried until they were just all tears. They cried it all out. There's no more green. It's gone. Now they're blue and yellow, right? And separated, kind of, sort of. When they finally pulled themselves together, they said, "Will they believe us now that we turn back to our regular color?" Mama Blue and Papa Blue were very happy to see their little blue. They're like, "Yay, you came back home." They hugged each other. Oh, they hugged and kissed him. Yay, our blue is back. There's yellow. And they hugged little yellow too. But look, they became green. So they started hugging and they're like, "Wait, I'm turning green." Oh. Now they knew what had happened. And they went across the street to bring the good news to Papa and Mama Yellow. They said, "Look, guess what? Remember when that green kid came to our house? That was our two kids mixed together." They all hugged each other with joy, 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 green and yellow and blue. And the children played until supper time. They went back outside to play. They're still mixing. There's a little mixing over here, orange, pinkish, orange. Hi, baby Noah. And that is the end. But wait a minute, is that really the end? Because they're green again. Uh-oh. Are they stuck forever? I don't know. That's the end. Blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. Daytime, nighttime, I guess. All right, that was pretty cool, but very short, right? Now I have choices. I really wanted to try to read parts of this book. It's not really a story. It's about stars, which is very interesting because there's a spaceship that's going to fly supposedly Saturday. And it's not going to the stars, but it is kind of going, sort of outer space. So I thought I'd read this. But how much? I think I'll save this because I don't know about how long I'll read it. Like I probably can't finish it. It's got lots of facts and stuff. So I think maybe I'll do this one. and then do stars at the end. What do you think? Is that okay? I can't hear you, so it doesn't matter. If I Built a Car by Chris Van Dusen, one of my favorite writers of all times. I think that's because I really like the way he does drawings, this person. Because he does both. He does the drawings and the words. If I Built a Car, written by Chris Van Dusen. And I just like the style of drawing. I don't know why. Here we go. All right, here we go. In a car there with his dad, I think. Jack from the back seat said to his dad, "This car is okay. This car is not bad, but it's just a car. Nothing great, nothing grand. It's nothing at all like the car I have planned." I also like these books because rhyming. And look at this drawing, it's very cool. See, that's like supposed to be a chrome, and you can see the reflection in it. I don't know, I just like that. All right, here we go. I'll work through the night to create a design, constantly analyze, tweak, and refine. I'll study jet rockets and look at old planes, contemplate buses and zeppelins, which is like a blimp, and trains. To make it as smooth and sleek as an eel, I'll borrow ideas from the Wienermobile. So here's all his little models. He's doing a drawing of what he wants to make, and he's looking at jets, you know, like a jet for inspiration, old plane, boat back here, hovercraft type of boat. Where he's got robots, right? He's going to use all these different ideas. Where's the Zeppelin? Oh, there's the Zeppelin blimp. So sit back, relax, stay right where you are. It's time to reveal my spectacular car. They already made it. Here it is. You'll see that I've added a lot of neat things. Flush fender skirts and retractable wings. 3 headlights up front, 4 taillights in the back, plus 2 giant fins like our old Cadillac. That's the kind of car from back in the day. My brand new design will be curvy and round with special jet engines that don't make a sound. I'll paint it bright colors with accents of chrome and top it all off with a plexiglass dome. So that's a car, but it looks very much like a plane or a spaceship or something, right? Oh, hello, Sammy. Sammy's here. I'll build a safe car, just as safe as I can, because safety is job number 1 in my plan. It may look like steel from afar, you can't tell, but it's actually made of a polymer gel, so it's squishy. A space-age concoction that I just invented, so in a collision, my car won't get dented. It simply absorbs what we happen to hit, and folks would be fine in the seats where they sit. So most cars are made out of metal, and if you squish it, it stays squished, right? Like if you got in a crash or something. But this one, he could squish it, boom, pops back out. That's his car. Come with me now and I'll show you inside. I've put in a couch, it's comfy and wide. Plus a fireplace, fish tank, and here's something cool. The floor can slide open and look, there's a pool. I don't know how they do this. Because, you know, if this is on the ground, how's there a pool like way down? That makes no sense. But anyway, doesn't matter. Fireplace is cool, right? This inside of the car is very large, this car. Now step right this way to the back of the car and note the red button marked Instant Snack Bar. Say you were hungry and wanted a treat. Just press it and instantly good things to eat appear in a flash. Anything that you please. From hazelnut pudding to aerosol cheese. So there's a kitchen in his car, and you can make whatever you want. You just push a button, say, I want some fries with a burger, boom, out it comes. That would be awesome, right? After you've eaten, oh, who's not me? After, oh, I'm sorry, Isabel and Sophia came out. What happened, guys? Are you back? All right, here we go. Oh yeah, after you've eaten, you might like a nap, and Robert the robot makes napping a snap. I've built him right into the back of the chair. He's out of the way, you won't know that he's even there. But when you get sleepy and rise from your seat, the chair spins around, and without missing a beat, Robert the robot will take the controls, and he's guaranteed not to hit telephone poles. So let's see, let me show you back here. There is the seat, right, where you would drive. The dog's sitting there now, I don't know why. But on behind this seat, doesn't really show, there's a robot. So if you get out of the thing that spins around, robot takes the wheel, he starts driving. It's like it's automated whatever car. Let's see, I see you're impressed with all that's inside. So start up the motor, let's go for a ride. A car that smells good? Now that's something new. But if I built a car, that's just what I'd do. Inside the engine, I'll add a machine to capture the odor of burnt gasoline and change it to something more pleasing to noses, like blueberry muffins or freshly picked roses. So instead of smelling icky, the stuff that comes out of the car smells nice, like yummy, I guess. Now that we're cruising, let's head to the lake. There's no need to panic or slam on the brake. My car can do something that very few can. The fenders will float like a catamaran. That's a kind of a boat. We're skimming the waves and we're having a ball, but wait, hold your horses, because that isn't all. Boating is fine until we get the urge to dive underwater, And this is cool because they're on a lake. And look who this is. This is from another book that I love very much. That's Mr. McGee and his dog Dee when they went on a camping spree. This is not when they went on a camping spree. There's another way time, but that's him. Anyway, it looks like they're going to hit the boat. But they get the urge to dive underwater, and then they hit a button to just hit submerge. And what? They went underwater. Here's the boat. Here's Mr. McGee from underwater, looking up from the bottom. This is where they dove underwater. Whoosh, and there they are. Submarine car. Wow, that's pretty cool, right? Robert will drive as we burble about. We can see catfish and we can see trout. We might even spy the shy stickleback gar from inside our fabulous waterproof car. Let's see. These, I'm pretty sure, are trout. And what else did they say they're going to say? Oh, catfish. Where's the cat? Oh, there's a catfish. And here, hiding under the log, is a stickleback gar, I think. Last but not least, the best feature of all comes down to a button that's shiny and small. Push it and then, in the wink of an eye, the car will take off and we'll be up in the sky. What? Also a rocket. It has everything, this car, I'm telling you. Boat, car, submarine, and now airplane or jet or something. Look at that. Going straight out of the water. Oh yeah. We'll be up in the sky. And look, this lady's like, what came out of the pond? We'll fly over land, we'll fly over seas to Alaska, Nebraska, Bermuda, and Belize. Or take a vacation when things start to freeze and fly us all down to the Florida Keys. So they're flying around and they almost hit a flamingo. Watch out, flamingo. My car will be cool, my car will be keen, my car will be one big fantastic machine. The toast of the town, the cream of the crop, the belle of the ball, and the tip of the top. My car will be famous from here to Peru, ... If I built a car, that's just what I'd do. Oh, look what happened. They're back in the old car, in his dad's car with the dog. He didn't even build it yet. It was in his imagination, you know what I'm saying? And that is the end. But it ends with him doing drawings in his bed, like he really maybe will build it someday. That would be cool. That's a very cool car. Wait, how much time? Ooh, we have a lot of time. Okay, I think I have a lot of time. All right, guys, here's this book. I always get a little nervous reading books that are not a story, but this is very cool. It's about stars. And I don't know if you knew about stars, but stars are a big, hot, burning ball of fire, basically. And the sun, the one that we see every day that comes up and makes things nice and warm and light, that is actually a star. We live close to a star. That's our star. It's this called the sun. I don't know what its scientific name might be, but anyway, let's see what we can learn about stars, written by Seymour Simon. Let's see. Stars are huge balls of hot glowing gases. That's what I said. Our sun is a star. It's just an ordinary star, not the biggest, not the brightest. But the sun is the star that is nearest to our planet Earth. Earth is part of the sun's family of planets, moons, and comets called the solar system. All the other stars that we see in the sky are much farther away from the Earth. The stars are so far away from us that even through powerful telescopes, they just look like small points of light. So that's true. The next closest star to us, I heard, is more than a whole one, I think almost 2 light years away. And a light year is a really, really far. I don't even know how many millions of miles it is. I should have probably learned that. People long ago gave names to the brighter stars and learned where and when to look for them. They also gave names to the constellations, groups of stars that seem to form patterns in the sky. Usually these constellations were named after gods or heroes or animals. This photograph shows the constellation of Orion the Hunter. This is an easy one to find in the, what do you call it? In the sky. If you want to look for it at night, it's pretty easy to see. Orion is visible during winter evenings. Look for the 3 bright stars in a row that form the belt of Orion. The bright red star in the upper left of Orion is named Betelgeuse. Or Goose, Betelgeuse. I don't know how you say that exactly. Most people call it Betelgeuse. The brilliant blue-white star on the lower right is named Rigel. The brightest star in the sky is Sirius, the dog star. It is just to the lower left of Orion in the constellation of Canis Major, the big dog. Big, not dog. What did I say? Oh yeah, the big dog. Okay.
Please.
All right. Thousands of years ago, Orion looked different than it does today, and thousands of years in the future, it will look different than it does now. That's because stars move in space. They move very rapidly, 10 or more miles per second. Ooh, that's fast. But the stars are so far away from us that we do not notice their motion in our lifetimes. And there's a funny picture of the sky, and there's the 3 stars that are Orion's belt. It's pretty easy to see. He's usually laying sideways, though. Oh, yeah. Imagine traveling in a spaceship going 10 miles a second. Even at that speed, it would still take you about 3.5 months to reach our sun, but it would take more than 70,000 years to reach the nearest star, Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri is about 25 trillion miles away. Oh, there we go. There's miles. 25 trillion. That's a really big number. There are other stars millions of trillions of miles away. These numbers are so big that they are hard to understand. Measuring the distance between stars in miles is like measuring the distance around the world in inches. Let's see. Let's skip ahead. Oh, Galileo. Should we talk about him? Maybe. I want to learn more about stars. Let's try this. Stars are born in giant clouds of gas and dust called nebulas. Most of the gas is hydrogen with a small amount of helium. Over millions of years, gravity pulls the gas and dust particles together and squeezes them so that they heat up. When the gas gets hot enough, it sets off a nuclear reaction like that of a superhydrogen bomb, and the star is born. This computer-colored photograph shows a newborn star in the cloud of gas and dust known as Barnard 5. So here's some gases, the nebula, and this is supposed to be a star forming. Stars change as they grow older. For example, young stars, 10 to 200 million years old, are very hot, with surface temperatures of more than 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit. and are usually blue or blue-white in color. Middle-aged stars, like our sun, are yellow and not as hot, 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. After about 10 billion years, stars begin to run out of their hydrogen fuel. Most of these old stars collapse upon themselves and they get hotter and hotter. Then, like a piece of popcorn, when it pops, the stars balloon out and become hundreds of times larger. They become what are known as red giant stars. A red giant star may be 40 or 50 million miles across. Whoa, that's big. Some are even larger. Betelgeuse is a red supergiant star, 250 million miles across. If Betelgeuse were put in place of our sun in the center of the solar system, it would swallow up Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. What the heck? Noah, baby Noah, are you doing the Zoom meeting? You pushing buttons, boy? Let's see. Oh yeah, some older stars go through a stage where they keep growing and then shrinking. These stars are called variable stars because at times they appear bright and other times they are dim. Other older stars shoot out a large cloud of gas into space. These stars are called planetary nebulas because through low-power telescopes they look like round planets. This photograph taken with a high-power telescope shows the real nature of a planetary nebula. This is the Ring Nebula in the constellation Lyra. Finally, older stars cool and start collapsing. They shrink down to about the size of a small planet and are called white dwarf stars. As the white dwarfs slowly cool off, they become black dwarf stars, and then the stars are dead when they're black dwarf. So there's a planetary nebula. There's a star that's like almost dying. Sometimes a star, usually a white dwarf, suddenly explodes and becomes much brighter. To people long ago, it looked like a new bright star had appeared in the sky. They called the star a nova. Nova means new. Even though most novas are too far away for us to see, scientists think that 2 or 3 dozen novas appear in the Milky Way every year. Much rarer are the gigantic explosions known as supernovas. A supernova star flares up and becomes millions of times brighter than normal. A supernova may appear only once every few hundred years. In the year 10,054, Chinese astronomers saw a supernova in the constellation of Taurus. Today, we can see the gaseous remains of that exploding star. We call it the Crab Nebula. This one. Let's see. Oh. Some stars are much larger than the average star. When such a massive star cools and collapses, it becomes something very special. The star is crushed together by the huge weight of the collapsing gases. Gravity keeps squeezing and squeezing until the star seems to disappear. This star has become a black hole. These now have been proven to be real. I heard. Anything passing too close to a black hole will be pulled into it and never get out again. Even light is pulled in and cannot escape. So a black hole is invisible, yet scientists think they have located several black holes. This drawing is of a double star called Cygnus X1. Only one of the stars is visible, a hot blue giant star. Mirrored is a black hole that pulls gases from its neighbor. As the gases are sucked in, they become so hot that they give off huge amounts of X-rays. Some scientists think that there are many such black holes scattered throughout space. So this is just a drawing, but this is what it would look like if a black hole is sucking stuff off another star that's close to. Oh man, okay, I'm out of time, guys. I think that's it. Oh man, there's much more actually. There's the Milky Way. That's the galaxy we live in, and this is like looks like a dish kind of, and it's just full of stars, stars, so many stars, and we live inside of that, our solar system. Pretty confusing. All right. Oh man, I'm sorry. I went too long on that star book. I'm not gonna have time to really do the goodbye song. I'll just say like goodbye, everybody. Oh. Well, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. real soon. All right, guys. Sorry I went so long and I missed that goodbye song. I wasn't paying attention to the clock. But thanks everybody for coming. I miss you so much. And I love you. And I'm kissing you. And I'm hugging you through the computer. And yeah, I really want to see you guys in person, hopefully soon. Have fun this weekend, guys, and I will see you all later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye, Henry. Bye, Lewin.
I can't
Bye,
hear
Shay.
you.
Bye,
I
Neva.
can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Oh, I'm sorry. I
You
don't
can say
think
bye.
I'm
They can hear you
muted.
now.
Bye, Ellie, Shay. Bye, Franny. Oh, Franny's already gone.
Gotcha.
Goodbye.
Bye, Isabella. Bye, Sophia.
Bye.